Excuse the background noise this morning. Someone is like breaking their house down across the street. But we're building this house up here. So, welcome to the church service of this morning. It's not that sunny, it's cloudy today. That's all right. We're gonna make the most of it. I got some great stuff that I prepared to share with you guys this morning. I hope it inspires you to share something and be a part of this community and grow this thing. So here's what I prepared, right? You may have great vision, but still be blind. Only Jesus was able to give people sight. I believe that is still true today. We are all lost without truth. In a world of sins and lies and deception, we all have different views. Too caught up in the weave of lies this world has come to be. People all trying to prove a point for a cause they do not know. What is the point of gaining acceptance if you haven't accepted yourself? Like, people don't even know why they want to be right and what it means a lot of times. They pick a side and they fight for it. At the end of the day, still not feeling fulfilled, right? They'll argue with someone over something they can't even control, argue about science or politics or conspiracies. People all decide to believe in something that they can just argue over, and it's so pointless because there's really only one truth. And that is like putting down all the things of this world and freeing yourself. That's the only truth that you could really be fulfilled in, is to be free and not to be manipulated by things that'll make you argue with people. You know what I mean? Like, it's not good for you if it's causing turmoil. If you fight for something so hard it's crippling you, that's not good. Like, you should be able to just feel free because you know it's true. You don't have to fight so hard and prove the point to anyone because you know it's true, and things are gonna be what they are. So basically, too caught up in the weave of lies this world has come to be. People all trying to prove a point for a cause they do not know. What is the point of gaining acceptance if you haven't accepted yourself? Fighting through the battle of life without guidance, not knowing what you're fighting for. Things you may desire seem so distant because you see no path how to get there. Blind without truth. We are all blind without truth. Because otherwise, what do we know? So, because truth is the only thing you can believe in. You can't believe in a lie. It just leads to corruption and misguidance and deception and being lost. So, to not be lost, to be found, to gain your sight and open up your eyes and realize, then you need truth. So, blind without truth. The truth is that Jesus died for us and the Bible is real. If you doubt this, you are lost. And that comes across harsh, but that's okay because I was lost too. We're all born lost. We were created, Adam and Eve, and the apple that we ate, we were all deceived. That's what caused this world to be not perfect. The world was created perfect, and because we were deceived, we see a shiny apple the same way we see a shiny car or a shiny life across the street that our neighbors are having. We're not enjoying ourselves in the perfect life God provided for us, and we're trying to chase other things of this nature because now we think we're smart. We think we could take the wisdom for ourselves and eat that apple. Like, it causes you to be lost. And even when you chase, you get the thing you wanted, you're not fulfilled. There's another thing you want now. This life is never ending of you thinking you know what's best for yourself and you throwing out and chasing and bad stuff that I can't even explain because I don't understand it. This is what led me here, because I was lost doing that and I didn't understand. I needed truth. I needed answers because I was not okay with the way this life is. So that's why I'm saying if you doubt this, you are lost, because you need the truth. But it's okay to be lost, because we're all lost. We're all born lost, and it's up to you to be found, right? So this is gonna get way better. So I'm gonna read something from the Bible, right? But first, so your prayers cannot be answered if you call on a God you do not believe in. So I'm gonna read something straight from the Bible, not my own words, right? This is Mark 11, verse 24, and then it goes down, I think, to 26. So, therefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them. So basically, whatever, sorry, I got interrupted. But therefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. So some people might not understand the Bible because it says words that we never hear, like soever, yea, like stuff like that. Yea is you, right? Like whatever you desire when you pray, believe that you're gonna receive it. It's not a hope. It's not an asking. You know you have a relationship with God because you're lost and you came to him, and he's gonna provide your life. So whatever you ask for God, if it's out of the pureness of your heart, because that's what it's all about, pray believing that you're gonna receive it, and you will. Don't pray hoping, because that is having doubt. If you know God's gonna provide your every need, he will. If you're hoping he will, you still have doubt in your heart. You're not fully working with God, so how can God fully work with you? It's a two-way street. So, therefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. This is straight from Jesus. Jesus is saying this. So, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. And when ye stand praying, forgive. And if ye have aught against any, that your Father also which is in heaven may forgive you your trespasses. But if ye do not forgive, neither will your Father which is in heaven forgive your trespasses. So we all start out lost. We all make all kinds of mistakes. We don't do things the right way. We look at that apple as what we want. We find our own way. We think this is what we need to be happy. We're gonna go do that, right? We're gonna go bite that apple, rather than just enjoying the life that God provided for us. We want to go provide a life for ourselves that we think is right. So basically, you have to forgive yourself and know that it's okay that you were lost, and you can admit that. That's the first step of changing, is admitting where you were wrong, right? And then you can start working the right path. So basically, and you might have some kind of ill feelings about someone else. You might feel kind of raw. Someone rubs you the wrong way. You have to let go of that, because we rubbed God the wrong way when we bit the apple. How can you come to God trying to be pure of heart if you still feel kind of iffy about people, and you don't feel confident that God is doing everything right, and you still feel like people are controlling your head and not God? Like, you gotta let God control your mind and control your life, because that was the granted life. That was the perfect life that was granted to us, and we decided to go the other way. So if you're gonna still hang on to things of a human nature, which is like not forgiving people and holding grudges and feeling like people are bad, people are just lost. They're not bad. So basically, when you pray, you have to be forgiving and loving. Otherwise, how can God forgive you and fully work with you if you're not forgiving the world? Because that's what you're asking of him. You're asking him to forgive you for when you were lost. But he can't do that if you can't forgive other people that are still lost. You have to work with him because he's trying to work with you. But you have to understand how to let go. Even though things are wrong, holding people accountable for that really does nothing. You need to let them come to the light for themselves. And hopefully that comes to bear fruit, right? So I wrote some bullets. It's a two-way street, like I said. To be forgiven, you gotta forgive. Be patient with God as he was patient with you. So just because you said, I want this to happen in my life, it might not happen overnight, but God's gonna be working with you and putting those things into motion. And you have to stay persistent, patient, loyal to God, and understand that it is working out for you. Whether you might not see it right now, you have to stay on the path, because if you start to doubt and worry and think, oh, this is BS, like God doesn't hear me, he's like wasting his time on you. Like, you need to know in your heart that it's true. And once you start to live the way that God intended, even if the things you prayed for aren't happening right away, you notice a lot of changes and how you feel so much more in control of your life. And it's not like life is controlling you. And that should make you like feel so good, and you'll hang on to that, because it's like all you ever wanted was to bite the apple and control your own life and make your own choices. But all that did was make you controlled by a deceived world. This world was deceived. We thought that's how we would be getting what we want. But really, when you come on the side where you're giving up stuff and you're being loyal and doing stuff, like, then you realize that's when you have control and you feel like nothing can affect you. Like, that's the best thing, is when you can be free, like spiritually and emotionally, because life is unpredictable and any of this stuff can always get taken away, but they can't take away your spirit. Only you can control your spirit. And once you start taking control of your spirit, it's like your life starts to feel so good. You don't need instant gratification or instant proof. You know it's working because it works every day. Every day your life is different than it was when you were lost, after you're found, because you're really breathing fresh air. You're not just walking through life misguided. You're seeing things for what they are, not for how they're perceived to be, to deceive you. Because that's, a lot of people are deceived because a lot of people are trying to push something. They're trying to push a message of something for some reason, and it's typically not for good. It could be, but typically it's for money or power, things that people think they need, so they push stuff to make people believe them. I don't know. All I know is you just gotta save yourself. Like, you could just pick up the Bible and save yourself, and hopefully more people will follow you. And like, if you lead by example, people see that your life changed, maybe they'll be like, wow, that worked. Because maybe they haven't seen that before. Like, but that's basically what the message is today, is ask and you shall receive. When you're working with God, you're like, wait, I feel like I wrote this. Yeah. I'm gonna end it on this. This bullet point is really good. So God watched you your whole life while you made mistakes, doing everything the wrong way, believing in causes that got you lost, knowing one day you would be found. And he has been ready for you all your life to call on him and start making your life a miracle rather than a mystery. Boom. Well, that's the end of the church service. I love you all and thank you for listening. I invite you to join us and be a part of this family. Maybe send in a video, leave some comments, like, subscribe, whatever, the YouTube algorithm, whatever. But really, I just want to grow this. I want people to be a part of this, and hopefully this can be something more than just a video every Saturday morning, and it could be like a gathering of good spirits that just want to be walking in the light. So thank you so much. Until next time.